Himanshu sir, did you send the link to Amlesh sir? Hello? Himanshu sir, did you send a link to Amlesh sir? Your voice is, you unmute yourself. Your voice is not audible. Remember. देखिए sir. Up, please check your voice. Is it audible or not? Let us see. Hello. Himanshu sir, speak for a minute.
Hello. I have sent him. He's joining soon.
Himanshu sir, is
Yes,
he
ma'am.
joined? Is he joined? Amlesh sir.
No. Amlesh is joining. I just now had a
Join.
talk. I shared him the link very earlier.
Okay. So let's wait for 2 minutes. And it is really you are unmuted yourself if you are talking to everyone. I'm going to start. Okay. Is he joined? Amlesh could connect. Himanshu sir. Amlesh sir already waiting, so he can be.
Yeah. Hello. Good evening, Himanshu sir. Am I audible?
Good evening. Yes, you are audible. Like
Okay.
earlier. 20 years
Good
before
evening.
also, when how much audible it was, it like that only.
All right. Good evening, ma'am.
Good
So,
evening.
Your
So,
voice is a
Professor,
little. आप थोड़ा नजदीक हो जाइए.
okay. Uh,
it's okay. So, like, can I introduce Himanshu sir?
Yes, please, ma'am, you do.
definitely. I'm just switching off fan and then.
As you do your work. Good evening, everybody. And it's this session's last training. So I must thank firstly to Himanshu sir, that's a training coordinator who organized the training. It was very difficult, 51 online training to conduct. He did it. Thank you on behalf of the entire executive committee members of Arivarta Sahodaya and me as personally, sir. Indeed, you did a very wonderful job. And my heartfelt thanks goes to Simple Ma'am for if we are all getting the certificates and minutely evaluating and checking that who are passed, and she is the one who creating. Thank you, Simple Ma'am, for this wonderful job. If 50th 50 all the certificates have been issued, only one left, that is the 51st. This today's whatever is going to happen, we will try to give it to tomorrow itself. And that's that incredible job done by these two. And my heartfelt thanks God for the founder chairman Dr. CB Singh sir and entire executive members that the who help us to make the programs and training and all the programs grand success. Today I'm really after a long time I could join that. That's today's the training is taken by Mr. Amlesh Kumar, wonderful SST teacher, wonderful ICT teacher, and wonderful psychology teacher. A one person in three roles. Apart from it, he's a wonderful trainer too. I could listen his some of the training, you can say clips, and it was really incredible one. Welcome to Arivata Sahodaya School Complex last training session. I know now if it is last is very good, it will stick to everybody's mind. And I hope that the next session also you will be continuing in touch with us and you will be giving training to us. And today's topic is another wonderful topic, that's effective lesson plan. Teacher, before entering the class, if the lesson plan is good, then we can understand that half of the work has been done, half work only the implementation. So he will be throwing to light on it more, that is how we can make the classroom more effective. Over to Himanshu sir, the training coordinator. I wish he should speak 2 lines as it is the last training of this session. Over to Himanshu, sir. Simple, ma'am. Thank you once again. You can unmute and reciprocate for it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, and it only happened due to your cooperation, ma'am. So thank you so much, and I will always be ready to cooperate in the future also. So thank you, Radhika ma'am. Thank you, Himanshu sir, and thank you all the participants, and welcome Amlesh sir for the first but the last training of this session. So thank you, everyone.
Himanshu, sir, seems to be busy. So I hope now, Amlesh, sir, you can start it. He's busy, seems to be.
Okay. Good evening and thank you, ma'am, for this very means a brief introduction of mine. And even I'm very much thankful to the Aryavat Sahodaya because I have been given this opportunity for the closing session of the training that has been given to me. Well, the topic is a very important, although we are closing the session, but we are starting with a new session. So topic is very much relevant there in terms of starting of a new session, that an effective lesson plan. So first of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks there to the Radhika ma'am, president of Aryavad Sahodaya, CV Singh sir, founder chairman of Sahodaya, and Himanshu sir, treasurer come training coordinator, Simple Sinha ma'am, deputy training coordinator. So I personally know these all people. They are very so wonderful people are there, and they are doing wonderful job. Even I have not been the part of this Sahodaya, but I know because I'm there in the market, so I know what this Sahodaya is doing a very wonderful job there in terms of training, especially the effective training, if we'll talk about. And I'm very much privileged to be the part of this year. Actually, I was willing to be the part earlier, but I got a chance, and I'm very thankful that you trusted and you have given me this assignment. So next 1 hour, that will be hour of learning, that will be an hour of exploring the things, and hour just to share our experiences as well. So let's start. And I'm
Screen. Sharing the screen. Please let's check that it's proper. Yes, it's visible.
Visible one. All right. So the topic is, what is a lesson plan? That an effective lesson plan is the topic for our today's training program. So let's discuss about this. I believe the entire teaching fraternity, they are well aware with the lesson plan. All right. Whenever the term lesson plan is coming, when we opted to be a teacher there that very time, we thought about the B.Ed programs. We went for our B.Ed degree. And during that class, we learned so many things, and we have been given so many tools as well. And one of the most effective tool, which was a part of our learning there at the time of our B.Ed classes, and that one was the lesson plan. All right. During micro teaching, our mentors, they had given the idea of lesson plan. That one was the primitive one, or that one was very much effective there at that time or contemporary time. But the things had changed. The scenario had changed. The new concept that has arrived, and even dealing the new generations with the new idea has also revised the lesson plan. All right. So traditional lesson plan, that one was very effective and successful there that very time. But some change that we experienced in our learning teaching process, and due to that, lesson plan has also gone through the changes, and we are adopting some changes to make our lesson plan more effective. So what we are going to talk there in this session, how to make an effective lesson plan. All right. So to make an effective lesson plan, what should we keep there in our mind? All right, that we are going to discuss. We'll also discuss, because whenever we are going to make a lesson plan, see, if you want, as a teacher, if you want to keep your principal happy, that you make some effective lesson plan and implement it, your outcome, that will be the best. And you will be even popular teacher there among your students, and you will be very much appreciated teachers there in your environment wherever you are teaching. So lesson plan is a very good tool, not for the only best outcome, that is also adding something there in the personality of a teacher. So if you want to be a good teacher, smart teacher, best teacher, effective teacher, you have to be there with an effective lesson plan. If your lesson plan is effective, if you are implementing it, all right, definitely you will get a better outcome, a better result. All right. So if the lesson plan is so important, definitely we have to learn how should we go there to make a effective lesson plan. Now come there to the So from aims to the learning outcomes there in the NCF, if we are talking about NCF, listen, the current lesson plan is all around incorporating all the guiding value of NCF 2023. All right. And we have some SDG goals also to achieve there to 2030. So we are also very much making our lesson plan there to achieve the SDG goals also. All right. What could we as an educator, what could we do there to achieve the SDG goals by 2030? That is also reflects there in our lesson plan. So we had to keep so many things while we are going to write our lesson plan, and whenever we are planning our lessons for the class, there that very time we have to keep so many things there in our mind. All right. And then the lesson plan will be more effective, and the outcome that will be that competency based outcome that will be very much visible, and you can observe it there. Means the objective of teaching learning that will be achieved easily if we are going with the effective lesson plan. Now come there to the next slide. What is a lesson plan? The first, all right. So a lesson plan is the instructor's roadmap, all right. Roadmap of what students need to learn and how it will be done effectively during the class time. All right. We have one class, definitely, and we have been allotted a class. If we are going without any plan, then we are spoiling the time. Even we are spoiling the time and spoiling the entire expectations of students as well. They're all associated counterpart of that. All right. Even we people will not be satisfied enough if we are going unprepared there in the class and we are not having any plan what we are going to do there in the class. Okay. Am I audible? That some people are waiting there in the lobby? So Himanshu sir, please take care. Some messages are coming. All right. So lesson plan is a very much important tool for any educator. All right. So it's a roadmap. Without this roadmap, we cannot reach there to the destinations. So destinations, the ultimate goal that we have set there to achieve through our teaching learning process. So what are plans actually? The plans, whenever we are talking about, then plans are developed to provide the students with the meaningful learning experiences. All right. Because see, if there is a no lesson plan, if we have not planned our lesson, our topic, all right, what we are going to do there in a 45 minutes of allotted class or the weekly classes. So without that, there will be no meaning of going and entertaining the class and going and just reaching. It's a kind of duty, but it's not a honest effort of a trainer. So just to put your honest effort, you have to go with the planned way there in that. And if you are planning, your plan must be in a written form, and it should be very much clear that you could follow and you achieve the set goal of your class. All right. So plans connect to related learning opportunities. Teaching is based on instructional strategy that focuses on the best practice and research. Your strategies must be mentioned there in your lesson plan. If you have made a lesson plan for your class, before going to the class, you just revise it. What type of plan, what strategies that I have defined? Because while you were writing the lesson plan there, that very time you have designed something there. What activity you are going to conduct there, what method you will use, what tools, what aids, what type of question you will ask to assess the pre-knowledge. This kind of thing should be there in your mind, and it must be mentioned there in your lesson plan. So before reaching there to the class, you have to be well aware. You just revise your lesson plan, what you have created there to that. All right. So then only that class will be the effective one, and you'll be able to reach there to the objective. Teaching is supported by strategies that are foster interest and the progress. Definitely, if you are setting up strategies there to deal with a certain topic in the class, definitely you will keep there in a mind that what would be the interesting way to deal with the lesson or to deal with the topic and all. Definitely, that lesson plan will help you to remind you to implement whatever you have mentioned there in your lesson plan. Now come there to the next slide. An effective planning. If you have planned, what could be how your plan is going to be effective? So if the lesson plan is effective, how it is going to help? So your effective lesson plan helps the teachers to avoid the unpleasant surprises. The class is filled there with the unpleasant surprises. If you are there with your plan, definitely you will implement your plan and you will be able to avoid the unpleasant surprises there in the class. You will be saving the time there from the mischiefs of the students, because if you are not ready and you are not with any plan, definitely your class will not be a class. So many unpleasant events that could happen. Students will be very much involved there in their own world, and that will create a mess there in that area. So it helps also to make your class as a pleasant in place. Then it provides the roadmap and the visuals in the logical sequence. Lesson plans means that some steps, some sequence that you have already created. Being in the class and all of a sudden you could not do so many things in a proper order. But if you have created, you have written these things there in your lesson plan, definitely you will follow the steps, and that steps will help you to reach there to the your objective that you have set for the class and for the lesson. It also provides the directions to the substitute. If you have made something, some strategy, some plan, and you are finding that is not effective, it is giving a learning there for the next lesson plan. All right. Encourages reflections, okay, refinements and the improvement. Enhance students' achievement. Definitely, if your lesson plan is a effective lesson plan, your students will achieve whatever the goal they are having therein. And if you are there with the poor planning, what will be the consequences? Suppose you have not planned better and you are going unplanned way, then you know that class will be the aimless and the wandering. What could be done there in that all 45 minutes? You'll be aimless there in that. You wander here and there, and even students will not be very much connected to you. That will be a very it's complete wastage of our time, all right, and the resource as well. Unmet objectives. You have your objective to teach certain thing, but you are not having any plan. You will not be able to get your objective. That objective will not be fulfilled. Now come there to no connections to the prior learning. Even if you are not a plan, then how could you connect your topic there to the prior learning? All right, because whenever you are going, you are just testing that prior learning, and on the basis of that, you start your topic and you connect their prior learning. If they know the basics, definitely you go there to the advanced. And if that basic is lacking, you'll start there from the basic. So you should have a proper plan, proper questions to ask to know that where your class is standing. Okay. And disorganizations, there will be a mess. You'll find that students are talking, they are being very mischievous, they are just not sitting there at one place. I mean, all sort of problem that you will find there in the class. Only one mistake that you have committed, you are not planned. All right, you are going with a no plan there in the class. Okay, lack of needed materials. Even if you are not with the plan, definitely what material you will take. You have gone there and you got the children are asking about the globe, and they are willing to know some more about the maps. All right, and you were not prepared about that. It was not a part of your lesson plan. Definitely that material would not be there with you. You have never you have not brought the maps and the globes there with you, so you will also lack the materials there. If you have a knowledge, you could not show the map because you have not brought. Why? Because it was not in your plan. Okay, so this could be the consequence if you are going without planning your lesson in the class. A waste of time, definitely, and the poor management. You see, the people will start talking there in the staff room gossip that your class is very noisy, your children are not listening to you, you are very much ineffective teacher, such kind of thing that you'll be able to face. All right. So better to go prepared. All right. Make your lesson plan and implement it. I'm very much sure that you'll be very effective teacher and you'll be the popular among children, and even the school authority and management will love you and they'll appreciate you as well. All right. Now, these 4 things that according to SDG, we had to keep in our mind while we are creating lesson plan. All right. Aims of educations. What is the aim? What is the objective? That entire objective that we had to specify first, that what could be the objective. Different type of objective we'll discuss later on, that what could be the different objective while we are preparing the lesson plan. Curriculum goal. All right, why we have set that particular objective, what we want to achieve. All right, and after that particular learning, what kind of competencies, that applications we have inculcated there to our children that they are going to use there in their real life. All right, and then the assessment, how far we reach there to fulfill our objective or our curricular goal, whether we have been achieving or not. So these are the certain things we have to keep in our mind while we are going to create our lesson plan. All right. Aims to curricular goal. How we are shifting there? If we'll go. I think everyone is having this document, NCF documents, the PDF which has been provided, which is available there. If you'll go and you Google it, a huge PDF you'll get. Aims of a school education as an outline, it is well mentioned there in the chapter 2 of NCF. As a teacher, if you are going to prepare an effective lesson plan, you have to refer this chapter number 2 of the NCF document. Then these aims, direct educational achievements for our school stages, everything is well described there in the chapter 2. While you'll read, you'll get more idea, and that will be very much helpful in making very effective lesson plan. Curricular goal, how to set it, that will be also very much available. You just go and read the chapter if you have not gone through. So twice you read, and the PDF is available there on the net. Chapter number 2 you'll get, and then the aims to curricular goal you'll be able to set for your lesson plan. All right, a detailed guidelines that has been given. Now come there to from curricular goal to the competencies. How people are shifting there to that. 4 main sources for the determining the competencies. One, the curricular goal that we have to set, okay, through that particular teaching learning, what we are going to achieve. Current research literature, which type of materials, means that books and all tools we are using, and educational experiences in the country, even which type of board we have, what is the objective of our country, what is the need of our country, that should be also there in our mind. Those who have developed the curriculum, they might be developing on the basis of that. Institutional and the teacher's capacity, the resource availability and time. See, each stage of the school is having a different type of teacher, all right? Their capabilities are also very much different. So entire or the detailed study about these all are very much available there in the NCF documents. I'm giving you only hints that if you want to know more, you just study the NCF document, special there to the chapter number 2. Four main resources that we had discussed. The role of a learning outcome. All right, learning outcomes serve as a guidelines, not constraint. See, learning outcome serves as the guidelines. See, we have a set, all right, learning outcomes. So learning outcome is not a restricting the learning aids. It's not setting up any boundary. It's open, all right. But a certain outcomes that we are in a class 5, we have a certain outcomes, all right. It never means that we are creating a boundaries of their learning there to the class 5, but according to their need, all right, we are having a frame of the outcomes, all right. Teacher and school leaders have autonomy to adopt the outcomes as the NCF is telling. It not meant whatever that guidelines are there, you just go to the guidelines, but these guidelines are not a constraint. It's a giving you a room even to go, but you keep this thing in mind because we had to achieve the SDG goals by 2030. So by these things, they have given certain guidelines, and that guidelines we must follow, because after following that guidelines, we'll be able to get, because the expert, they have developed these NCF documents. So this must be incorporated there in our lesson plan, and if we'll incorporate, definitely we'll be able to make very effective lesson plan, and we'll be able to get a good outcomes thereof. Outcomes are the tools for tracking a progress. See, by outcomes only we'll be able to understand that how far we have reached there to achieving in our objectives in our goal. And competency attainments also, that how our products are competent, how far they are implementing their learning in their everyday life. All right. So how they are applying their learning, that is very much, now we are focusing there on the competency based learning, because whatever teaching or whatever learning we are giving to them, whether they are using it there in a real life or not, or a practical life or not there too. See, while we are going to create an effective lesson plan, so first we have to, before a class, during a class, and after the class. These 3 different time, we have to divide these all 3 different stages, and we have to think about that. So what should we do before the class? During the class, what should we do? That also should be mentioned there in our lesson plan, and after the class. Identify learning. Suppose I'm going to make a lesson plan for tomorrow's class or day after. Then today we have to think about the learning objective, that in tomorrow's class, what could be the learning objective, which topic I'm going to deal, and what should be the learning objective by going through the chapters, and we have to fix up some learning objective. Plan the specific learning, all right, what would the method of my learning, activities, which type of activities I'll plan there for my class, what type of assessment I'll take, because I have a 45 minutes. So within these 45 minutes, what I have to do, I had to plan some assessments. All right, that's some formative assessment. All right, some close-ended questions, or some very, very objective type of questions that could be given. Okay, and sequence of the lessons. All right, so sequence of the lesson, that also we have to start. It's a difficulty level. If you are teaching mathematics, you have to go with that. How you will start from the basic, and then you'll go there to the moderate to the higher order questions, like that. So these we had to plan a day before of the lesson, all right, when we are going to implement. All right, create a realistic timeline. All right, it's not should be the very much hypothetical that you have a 45 minutes. So your plan must be finished within the 45 minutes. If you are thinking that entire thing you can you'll be able to implement within this 45 minutes is not practically possible. So you just keep your objective. That objective could be achieved within the 45 minutes, and accordingly, what would be your methods, how much time you'll give there to your methods, to your activities, to your assessment, an entire thing that you have to divide your, all right, and that must be done very early. And then after deciding this all, then you go there to the writing a lesson plan. All right, this is the and plan for the closure. If you have done this, now come there to the day where you are when you are going to implement your lesson, that plan lesson. So during the class, share the lesson plan with the students. First, whenever you are going, usually we are making a lesson plan, but we are not sharing that to the children, that what lesson plan I have and what I'm going to do there in this class. So the first thing they are to share that what plan you have, and then the students would cooperate. They will be very much excited also that what the next teacher is going to do, because teacher has mentioned some activity would be there, some assessment would be there, and this work you will do. So one rough idea that you have to present while you are being in the class, that this will be the very much clear, and this 45 minutes we are going to discuss this much thing there in the class. And this means that deliver as a planned way. So they will also be ready. All right, they will also be ready that you have a plan and they have to go according to your plan. All right. Now come there to the after class. You have designed your lesson plan. You have implemented you. So how far that lesson plan was effective? So that reflection must be assessed. Reflect on the what worked well and why what would have done better. So this is the kind of feedback. You just take a self-feedback, all right? Or you may take a feedback from the students. You may also assess that what could be done there to make your lessons much better. That will be helpful there in your upcoming lesson plans. So these will be their learning for you also after the class, that how whether you'll be you were failed there to maintain the timelines, or in what part you gave the more stress which was not needed, and where you just you were not justifying the time and the topic. So this could be assessed after the class, and that learning would help you to make a better lesson plan the next for the next class. All right. So far, if we are keeping these things in these three things there in our mind, definitely we'll be able to go for the next better. So, okay. The major components of the teaching plan that we are going to make, what components that we have to competencies, learning outcomes, that is very much needed. Our NCF is focusing there on the competency based learning. All right. See, if we have suppose I'm a chef and I taught my juniors to make some kind of special dish, and all theoretical knowledge is there, and if they are not very much able to make that dish, definitely it's not a competency base. When that competency has not developed, they are not able to make that dish independently. Means whatever the learning that junior they got, but they are not very much able to use it in their real life. But now we are focusing there too. Whatever we are teaching, that teaching must be implemented there in their life, and practically they could be able to apply. All right. So competency based learning, globally it is being discussed that learning must be the competency based, as they could use these learnings there in your life. Learning outcomes that we are assessing on the basis of that, whether competency that has been developed or not. Okay. Now come there to the teacher directed, teacher guided, or the student led activities. All right. This type of activity that could be a part of your lesson. Just one, that teacher directed activity you could do. All right. Where the teacher is instructing students to do. Then the teacher guided, or the students led also. Give some assignment there to the students. You just observe the class and then let them to do all right, and they are doing the activities and you are guiding them, all right. So this way the objective could also be achieved and the class will be very much interesting also. Prior understanding of the students on the basis of choice of pedagogy on the basis, all right. So what method I should use there for the lesson while we are going to write, then we had to have an idea about their previous knowledge, all right. At what platform that student of that particular class is standing, and then we had to plan accordingly, and accordingly the method should be opted, all right. If a class is in a better conditions, you just go for the advanced way of teaching. But if you're finding that class is struggling, or the majority of students are struggling at that very time, we had to check their prior knowledge, and on the basis of that, entire lesson plan must be made to keep this thing in a balance. That some students are intelligent, so they will be feel very much, they also think that they are not being a part of it. So just to make a inclusive class, one lesson plan must be a very much inclusive, by keeping this thing in the mind, the need of the students, and that need you will be able to assess through their prior understanding of that. Content and the material to be used, that must be mentioned, and you have to be loaded with that on the day of implementation of a lesson. You mention it, all right. All available materials that must be mentioned there in your lesson plan that you would use during the class. Duration and the sequence of activities, all right. What time? 45 minutes ideal that the classes are being allotted there to the teacher. So how could you divide the time? How much you will give there to the activity, how much you will give there to the, suppose you have taken the lecture method. So on that particular topic, how much time you will give there to your lecture. And if you are going there to the discussion, so how much time you will give there to the discussion. If you have planned some activities, so how much time you will give there to the activities, how much time you will give there to the assessment. This entire thing that you have to plan there for your entire lesson. If you are not able to do there in a one day, you can extend it there to the continuous or the continued class there to the second. Suppose the two things, sorry, you have done. So rest two you do there to the next day or the next class. This way, you'll be able to achieve that objective. Now the classroom arrangements, that should also become, if a class is not organized or not arranged properly, then also it is going to create some hindrance there in your teaching learning process. The sitting is where display arrangement, materials, entire thing should be very much proper there in the class. Then it will help you to achieve your lesson there. Specific strategy for the students who need extra help. Each class, each school is having some students, they are in a need of the extra care, all right, extra help. So teacher, while they are making a lesson plan, they must keep this thing in their mind that I'm going to deal with some students, those who are there with the extra need, all right. Our plan should not be a plan for the students, those who are already doing well. Our plan should be very much, while we are planning, we should keep these students also there in mind, those who are struggling, those who are there with the some extra help they need. How, while we are deciding the activity, we should keep, how could we include these students, those who are with the special need. Okay. Then the method of assessment, what would be the best way to assess, all right, and assess the ultimate objective of the lesson, all right. So after that, see these 5 steps, all right, 5 steps of a learning plan that NCF has telling to us. What are the 5 steps therein? If we'll go to the NCF documents, this will be very much there. So it's a panchadi, all right. Panch means the 5, a chadi means this is steps. So it is a good guide of a formulating the sequence that a teacher may adopt there in the planning for instructions. So whenever we are going to plan our lesson, 5 steps that we should keep in our mind. By following these 5 steps, all right, definitely our lesson plan that would be more attractive, right? So the Hindi name and the English name is already given there to the is all Panchadi, all right? So introduction, then the conceptual understanding, instruction, that is Aditi, conceptual understanding, which is both, practice, Abhyas, application, Prayog, and expansion, Prasad. Expansion is a very interesting thing. That expansion, while we are closing our lesson there that very time, we are thinking for this class, some topic we have concluded. So what next that student will get? Some idea about that must be given, all right? So beyond that particular knowledge, some kind of idea must be shared that apart from this, what they are going to get in a advanced classes or the next classes, all right? So that is the prasad, how that knowledge that is going to be very much expanded there to that. But these 4 are very important while we are designing the lesson, and expansions, that is the last step to give, all right? So these are the Panchadi. It is well discussed there in the NCF. See what some brief description, which is very much mentioned. It is available there in the NCF document. So introduction and both, which is the conceptual understanding, and Abhyas, Prayog, and expansion. Spreading the acquired understanding, whatever they have acquired, that is spreading it. That's trying to explore it, all right, and using their own giving the expansion of that ideas, all right. Whatever, suppose I have been taught how to make a chair, and I have started making this chair from a chair to sofa, and then some better chair which was not taught, only the basic thing which was taught as a how to make a chair, that all right. So this way, so that is the prasad. Sometimes we people are getting our knowledge, and we are exploring it and adding some new thing there to that. That prasad is there, that expanding our knowledge. So we should also add how they could expand their learning. Means we have to encourage the students through our lesson plan for this prasad or the expansion of their knowledge. One sample which is there, if you are going to plan a lesson, suppose this is the social science geography. So curricular goal that you have to set. So you have taken a topic after topic here. Just to set up this, you refer this NCF chapter, and there is chapter number 4. You will get that how you will be able to set the curriculum goal. Here the competency 9.1 to 9.2, it is well discussed there in that, okay, in an NCF document. These are the reference there to the NCF document to develop your lesson plan, all right. So now some more lesson plan, that is the lesson plan a teacher could create. The class 10 teacher lesson plan, one sample is here, I'm showing. Subject the teacher has mentioned there, the class, the topic, acid, base, and the salt, that has been given. The duration of the 2 class period that teacher has assessed, this topic will be covered within the 2 period, and 1 a practical class. These are the means what I said that before the class, teacher should this I'm just referring. So this part that teacher has discussed this part actually. So here what teacher did, teacher has planned that this requires only 90 minutes, 45 minutes, and this 1 practical period. So altogether 3 periods that teacher has given there for the this topic of this lesson. Then the setting of objective. This is the main part, the setting of objective and the knowledge-based objective. What knowledge that student would get there during the class. They'll understand the concept, the basic concept of acid, base, and salt. Learn the chemical properties of acid bases and identify the common household acid. All right, there at the home we have so many acids. There are some natural, some artificial acids that we use. All right, acid, base, and the salt therein. This is the very knowledge objective. So objective is also further divided. Here the capacity is objective. That is also a different, that we can incorporate all the objective together. Okay. Here they will be able to classify, all right, the acid, base, all right, on the basis of their availability or their nature. Analyze the strength of a different acid, all right, on their pH scale, the concept of pH scale, and how which acid is the stronger, which is the less strong, okay, or weak, or which is the salt or the base. That could be that differentiation could be done. So this is the capacity objective. After capacity objective, the value objective also. What value that should be inculcated there to the children while we are making a lesson plan? What value we are going to give? All right, and that value must be very much close there to the SDG goals. All 17 goals are very much being achieved with the help or the assistance of education. All right. So through the education, through this entire educational system, we could help our entire system there to achieve the SDG goal. So while we are going to make the objective for our lesson, we should keep this thing in our mind that a value-based objective must be set up. And while we are setting the value, we must think about the SDG goals. All right. To appropriate the role of the chemistry, here we are writing related to the topic. What could be the value-based objective? See, to appropriate the role of a chemistry in a sustainable development, that could be keep in the mind while we are creating, and to promote environmental consequences by the understanding the industrial waste. All right, industrial waste that is having that is being a reason of the acid rain, hazardous disposable impacts, these kind of things that we could give them. That is a kind of value-based objective. While we are teaching acid, base, and salt, we must tell them that how these are affecting our environment too. All right, after learning what should be their duty towards the environment. All right, okay, and how they are very much a part and a counter partner there to achieve the goal of SDG by 2030. All right. So foster responsible chemistry use of the health well-being, how it is very much helping us there in our well-being, and how it is very much hazardous there to the environment too. This kind of value must be inculcated there to the children while we are discussing the topic. All right. Each topic is having some value. That value must align there with the SDG goals. Okay. So SDG 6, that clean water, sanitation, that is the two values are very much incorporated here. We could not attach all the 17 goals together, but we could add one goal or two goals here. Goal number 6, that teacher has added it, the clean water and sanitations. And 12, goal number 12, responsible consumption and productions. The two SDG goals that has been taken here in the form of value objectives. All right. So the three objectives we discussed, the three objectives that could be clubbed together to make an effective lesson plan. The teaching materials, that is also a part of, before going there to the class, we should decide that what teaching materials must be there with the teacher. Interactive teaching aids that must be needed. We know that things have changed. On only our textbook is not enough there for teaching learning process. So if you are going there with a chemistry class, as the topic has been taken by the teacher, litmus paper, pH paper, or a universal indicator solutions that could be kept there with that. Some natural, all right, natural indicators that could be kept there in the class, or even it could be there in the lab also. Common household items like vinegar, baking soda, soap, lemon juice, that could also be there to demonstrate while you are giving the lesson, because to make it interactive, it is very much needed. Then it will be interesting there too also. A student of all three different, those who are having a three different domain to learn, that they could also learn. All right. So some students are very much kinesthetic learning, that could be done through that. By doing, they will be able to learn also. PowerPoint slides, that the digital part of its video and the real world application related things that could be shown through the projectors, or now they that interactive boards are there in the class, that could be also used. Textbook and the reference book, that could be prescribed, all right. NCERT books, all right, that exemplars, chapter must be discussed, and some points must be underlined, which are very much important. That should also be mentioned there before going. Additional chemistry reference material that would be given in the terms of prasar, that after this, what could they think in the higher classes, and they could think beyond that, whatever they have learned. Some idea that must be given to them. What is the teacher's role? They are in the day 1, day 2, and day 3. This is the 3-day lesson plan the teacher has made. Introduction, the teacher is taking 10 minutes, all right, to introduce the topic, all right, and then explanation, 20 and plus 10, it's a 30 minutes there to that. Teacher has taken to discuss this acid, base, and the salt. And then this practical class the teacher is taking there in the day 2, and it is a 30 minutes class. And if it is a 45-minute class, the teacher may divide the rest 15 minutes there in the activity and assessment. So 10 minutes activity and 5-minute assessment, that could be done accordingly. A practical class, that is the blended learning, 20 minutes. All right, they would be given all the materials, they'll be instructed to do and to learn by themselves. All right. So all behavior that could be learned by doing in the practical classes under the guidance of teacher. That must be also mentioned, that what activity that would be given to them and what material that would be supplied there to the children. Students' role, they will explore, all right. If you will give them some materials and you will guide them just and instruct them to do, definitely they'll explore, all right. Sometimes they will explore even beyond that they have learned, all right, the part of expansion. So collaboration will also be developed there too, that if one child is not able to do, that child is taking help there to the other child, so that they'll observe, all right, that one child has done, and after observing that child, another is also able to do. So this way that learning could be done. The reflection, discuss the importance of acid, all right, they would also discuss that as the part of it. GD could be organized there in the class as the part of activities, even in the lab. Assessment, that is the teacher's role. Formative assessment, that could be done there in the class also, because formative assessments are very short there in the observation, and some open-ended question that could be asked, and some MCQs that could be also true false MCQs that could be asked there in the class to assess the knowledge of the students. Okay, and now we'll come there to the one lesson plan I am showing there to the other subject. Here is the lesson plan of one more subject I am showing there to see. Class 9 and class 10, one lesson plan, one format. If you'll be interested there to get the format, that format could be sent, all right. So that format you will take and you can use it. Now, here is our format. I think, is it visible? Hello?
Yes, it is very
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see that lesson plan, it is a very a recent one there in the November. I made a lesson plan there for my class. Print culture and the modern world. This is the topic, and what this is the weekly lesson plan we have made because of the 4-day classes we are getting the 4 period. So this lesson plan is of a 4-period lesson plan, and this is for the within a 7 days we people are getting 4 periods, but this entire chapter is needed the 7 period to deal with. Okay, so teaching aids, that book, board, and the audio visuals, that is needed. All right, and uh, method, that lecture, explanation, and discussion, that 3 method I took that activities, that is additional. And at knowledge based objective, students will be able to understand the evolution of a printing, that is the knowledge they will get, how the printing that has started. And skill based objective one will be there to develop the primitive printer, how the people initially they started printing the things. There in your childhood also you might have made that they were slicing the potato, and in a mirror way they were graving it some kind of letters, and applying ink and imposing it there on the back of frames, or this type of printing that has started. So later that developed, and then people value-based, the students will also regard that printing cultures and their revolutionary change, the how printing that has contributed. So towards the printing, that respect would be developed, and they will also know the commercial value of the printing in the market. All right, that how printing is a very much a commercial field, and how the people are generating money also. So that is the value-based objective there too. Okay, now come there to the competencies, what students will be able to do, or how they'll apply this in their life, that is also well mentioned there in the learning outcomes. What would be the learning outcomes, that after by the end of the lesson, what the students will be able to do. Then the teaching pedagogy is a well mentioned there to the components, teacher's role, students role, assessment, homework, entire component that we people were using it earlier there in our B.Ed also, but some advancement that has been done there in that introduction, then the concept learning, that chapters topic that has been divided into, and then the guided practice, that under the observation of a teacher, real life application, and expansion of the knowledge. This part must be mentioned there in our lesson. So by this, we'll be able to make one effective lesson plan for our class to achieve our objective there too. So I hope I try my best to give the idea about that effective lesson plan. I shared my lesson plan also. You have some more effective ideas, definitely, and we'll get opportunity. The next time we'll share, we'll incorporate, we'll make this as a collective way to make a lesson plan more effective, and we'll contribute there in our this teaching learning world. Thank you very much. And over to Radhika ma'am, Himanshu sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Himanshu sir has gone to some work. So I'm taking this opportunity. I'm very glad to say that it was really wonderful topic. And I am sure many of us go for the introspection where we gone to this session. Means the session going to end, only 2 days left. Whether properly with all this, that segment you have discussed, whether we are taken care of it. If not, also everywhere the room of improvement is there. Next session of definitely all the participants, and there many heads are there, many STNCs are there, any RPs also, many RPs also there. They will also guide the teachers in their schools to develop such lesson plan and implement it in the classroom, and how the teaching learning can be take place in better and fruitful way. And here it's with us along with Simple Sinha, our founder chairman Dr. CB Singh sir are joined already. So I request him to unmute yourself and be speak 2 lines, as it is the last training of the Arivata Sahodayas in this session. So for good beginning, the ending should be good, and he did his job very well. Sir, please, are you listening?
Yes, I think I'm there.
Sir,
Am I
unmute
audible there?
yourself. Yes, sir,
Good
you are
evening,
audible.
sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Amlesh. It was such a great moment today to see you again in the frame. After so long, I could see you teaching properly, and I could say that you have traveled miles, journey of many miles in these years when we separated in 2014. And God bless you. I think my teachers must have enjoyed being with you. The president, I thank President Arya Varsoja Radhika ma'am, and Himanshu sir, training coordinator, training coordinator, Madam Simple Sinha, and entire team for this ending session that they did the job very well for this training. And you are remarkable because you have taken the last session of this training. This was the 51st training of Arya Varsoja, and you are the last one. And I hope that in coming year we will be trolling you even more frequently with different variety of topics, so that you could be useful instrument for the society through Aryavata Sahodaya. You are already doing very well in Notre Dame Academy, I know. But yes, this is also a platform where you can share, hundreds of teachers join, and you can share your expertise. Thank you, Amleshji. Thank you so much.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I
Thank
hope
you.
that
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
be getting the blessings of Radhika ma'am and sir. And my friend is also, he's not available. And I'm very grateful that I got opportunity. And I hope that I have not disappointed the learners even. And CV Singh sir, I think reaching there to your level definitely is a very tough task. So I believe that I'm following you, and I'm trying to get that kind of expertise there in my personality also. So thank you. Whatever I have done, that it's just observation of yours, the guidance, your blessing, that is only helping, and I'm just moving forward with your blessings, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Amlesh
much,
sir.
Amlesh.
Really, NDA is benefited. NDA is lucky that you got. Your all areas, your many areas. It's very tough to find a person.
I'm available for everyone. I'm available for everyone.
Over to
Question.
Symbol,
Everywhere.
ma'am.
You have to
As
issue the
main,
questions, ma'am. Quiz has to be
it's already posted. That is a Symbol, ma'am. Please over
correct.
to Symbol as Himanshu sir, training coordinator. Treasurer is not in the line. He's busy. So I would like to call upon a Symbol, ma'am, to speak one or two lines, so that as it is a last session of this session's training, please over to Symbol, ma'am.
Thank you
Links
so
are,
much, ma'am.
links are already posted.
Thank you so much, Amlesh sir. Once again, I welcome you and congratulate you that you are the part of our Aryavat Sahodaya. And I also like to uh, wish great thanks to all the participants and all the schools who were the part of or who are the part in this session 2024-25, and we have completed our 51 ट्रेनिंग सेशंस एंड आई विश कि हम लोग बहुत जल्द नेक्स्ट सेशन की ट्रेनिंग से स्टार्ट करें और मैक्सिमम पार्टिसिपेंट्स के साथ ये हमारा ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट हो एंड आई लाइक कि अमलेश सर को हम लोग और सुने so very informative session was said, so thank you so much. Thank you Radhika ma'am, thank you CB Singh sir and Himanshu sir, because these three persons are the most important pillars, we can say, of the Aryavat Sahodaya. Without their contributions, we are nothing. So thank you everyone. So that these three pillars and the fourth pillars are our participants, our school members. So once again, thank you everyone, and I hope we will done much better in next coming session. Thank you. And participants, I have shared.
Sir, can you share the of lesson plan?
Pardon,
Amlesh
ma'am?
sir,
Yes, on
can
plan
you
I could share.
So please
I
share
could
it
share,
before the participants
definitely.
leave.
One
Okay.
one blank format and one field one that I'll share.
Sure, sure. Thank you very much once again. Wholeheartedly to all the participants and those who are earlier participated, earlier taken training, and those who are taking training today. And the next session, let's have the wonderful, because ending is good, then beginning will be much better. That's I believe in. And I'm sure that you will come up with a new topic where it's really required for the teacher to know that without it, the teaching learning cannot be the best one, because we know that it's very tough to involve the students in the class without stuff, without classroom management, without your proper lesson plan, without content. That Amlesh sir is taught very nicely. Thank you, sir, once again. Participants, as the link has been posted by Symbol Ma'am, please kindly pick up the link and fill the attendance as well as questions. So it's very easy questions sir has given. So please fill up it, and that from that we can understand that how much you have learned from the training. Thank you very much once again. See you.
Thank
Signing
you,
off to all.
everybody. See you then. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Dear participants, if you have filled the attendance link, you may quit I'm going to close this session. So thank you once again, everyone, and kindly fill the attendance link. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.